Good morning and welcome to our second session of Virtual Sunday School. Today we are going to learn that God is the greatest. In the Bible, some people wanted to do something great because they wanted to be famous. Let's talk about some famous people that you might know. What about Justin Bieber? Do you know who he is? Or maybe the Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso? Heard of him? Or Mr. Beast? Dude Perfect. These are some people that we might consider famous. The people we just shared about, though, they're not bad because they're famous. But in the Bible, people wanted to be famous so bad that they stopped pointing people toward God. And he didn't like that. Let's see what happened in the Bible. One way God shows us his greatness is found in his special book. Here's something really great about God. He's always ready to talk to you and me. If you could be the very best in the world at something, what do you think you'd want to be the best in the world at? I think I'd like to be a figure skater, or I'd like to be maybe a famous baseball player. And recently I've really enjoyed bowling or playing tennis. So if I could get really good at that, I don't know if I'd want to be the best in the world, but I think it'd be pretty cool to be really good at tennis. Let's watch a video about a kid who's getting ready to be the best super quadcopter racer in the world. All right, check it out.
So, who are we interviewing today?
We're doing a story on the Super Quadcopter World Racing Championship. This kid is supposed to be the best.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's expected to win the whole championship.
Cool.
Yeah.
To my number one fan, yours truly, Carter, World Racing Champion. Hello? It's you again.
You keep calling me. I'm telling you, I am going to be the future quadcopter world racing champion.
Oh, hi, we were at Channel 7.
I have more important things. I have people at my house right now who probably want an autograph. Okay. Bye, Grandma. So you guys want an autograph or something?
No, we're here to interview Carter.
Yeah, I'm Carter, future quadcopter champion.
Nice to meet you.
Yep, sure it is.
Okay, is it okay if we do an interview out here with us?
Yeah, I'll go grab my copter.
Okay.
I'm Carter, future super quadcopter world racing champion. I'm Carter, future super quadcopter world racing champion. I'm Carter, future super quadcopter world racing champion. I'm Carter, super future quadcopter world racing champion.
So Carter, how do you get so good at piloting a copter?
Well, it's pretty much all me. I'm just super awesome.
What would it mean to you if you win the championship?
If I win, when I win.
Sorry, when you win.
Well, I'm already the best, but that trophy would be great to keep showing everyone how amazing I am. They'd probably have a parade for me and want lots of autographs, stuff like that. I'll be world famous. Everyone will want to meet me. Paparazzi will just hide out in my bushes just to get a picture of me. I'll make millions with my own TV show.
Hey, Carter.
kids. Do you believe that guy thinks he's got a shot at the championship? Just look at him, wasting his time riding his bike. You're going down, Logan!
Do you ever have time to hang out and play with friends?
When you're gonna be a super quadcopter world champion, you don't have time to do kid stuff.
All right. Do you want to show us some of your quadcopter in action?
Everybody stand back!
Got this.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry about your copter. We're going for a bike ride. You want to come?
Yeah. That sounds good. So I guess we're done here.
Yeah, I think we're done here. Tonight, we bring you the story of a local boy learning that there are much more important things in life than being famous. Only on 7 News.
So, welcome back. What did you think about how Carter was acting? Who is someone you noticed that Carter might have hurt? It's not bad to be great at something, but we don't want to think we're better than other people, do we? And we do want to remember that God really is the greatest. He's more amazing than anyone or anything. The people we're reading about in the Bible today, they tried to build the tallest tower so they could be the greatest. They found out, like Carter did in our video, that we don't need to be the greatest because God's the greatest. We can put Him first. We'll see that people in our Bible story wanted to be the greatest, right? They wanted to be famous. It seems like these days, anybody can become famous. You don't have to be rich or have connections to earn fame. With YouTube and other sites on the internet, anybody can become famous overnight. Let's think about it. If I became famous, what would I want to become famous for? I want you to think about that and maybe share with your parents some ideas that you have. What happens when we try to get all the attention focused on us? Our focus becomes me, 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 doesn't it? We want everyone to stop what they're doing and pay attention to us. Let's explore why God is actually the greatest, and we don't need to be. We can keep our focus on Him. All right, so we're going to build a tower, but first, I want you to listen to the words found in Genesis 11, 1 through 4. The whole world had only one language, and everyone spoke it. They moved to the east and found a broad valley in Babylon. There, they made their home. They said to one another, "Come on, let's make bricks and bake them well." They used bricks instead of stones, and they used tar to hold the bricks together. Then they said, "Come on, let's build a city for ourselves. Let's build a tower that reaches to the sky. We'll make a name for ourselves. Then we won't be scattered over the whole earth." All right, here's what I think you're gonna need. You might wanna pause me right now to get these supplies. I'd like you and your family to crumple up a bunch of paper or newspaper into wads and then tape them together and see who can build the tallest tower. I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 minutes to build the tower. So if you need to pause me right now, go for it and start building your tower. Okay, guys, how are those towers coming along? Wait, pause what you're doing. Something happened to the builders in the Bible. They were seeking fame. God saw what they were doing and he didn't like it. As I said, God didn't like what they were doing. So he decided to confuse all the builders by having them speak different languages. That'd make it pretty hard for them to build together, wouldn't it? God limited the builders by only allowing them to talk in their specific language that he gave them. So what I'm going to do is limit you while you're building. You can no longer talk to your family members while you're building your castle or your tower. And you can only use your pinky finger to do the work. All right, guys, good luck. I'm going to give you another 3 minutes. So pause me so you can start building. And when your 3 minutes is up, unpause and come back and join us. So compare the ways you tried to build the tower. In the beginning, you talked with each other. And the second time, I put a damper on things when I said you couldn't talk and you had to use your pinky finger. If you were one of the builders, what do you think you would have done during Jesus' time? I'm going to read you from Genesis 11, 8 through 9. So the Lord scattered them from there over the whole earth, and they stopped building the city. There the Lord mixed up the language of the whole world. That's why the city was called Babel. From there, the Lord scattered them all over the whole earth. God is the greatest. We don't need to be, but this story is a little confusing, so I'd like to talk about it with you for a minute. Based on the story, it makes it seem like it's bad to be famous. If you were famous, though, what could you do to help people see God is the greatest? I'm thinking about like Steph Curry. He's a professional basketball player, but he's constantly out there saying his gifts were given to him by God, and he wants to bring glory to him. Or what about Tim Tebow, who's played football? He's always taking time to pray and be thankful to God. I know a lot of famous people that are constantly praising the Lord for the gifts that they've been given. But sometimes this story can be really confusing because it makes it seem like God didn't want his people to work together. Usually, we encourage you to work well with others. When do you think unity or working together could be a bad thing? I think when we get cliquey, working together, and we only allow our friends to join, that could be a bad thing. Does somebody have something else that could be a bad thing when we work together?
Let's see. When you're working together to do a bad thing.
Ooh, when you're working together to do something wrong. That's a good example. When we remember that God is the greatest, we don't focus on people. We focus on God. We don't know all the details of what the people in the Bible did wrong, but we do know they wanted to make a name for themselves. It seems like their focus was on themselves and not on God. When we do our best and we work with others to do really good things, we can still focus on God and point to how he's the greatest. We can trust God because we know he has our best interests at heart. So I want you this week to spend some time thinking about what's one way you could point other people toward God. What is one thing that you're good at that through using that gift you've been given, you could point someone else toward God? Think about that this week and see how you could share the love of Christ, of God, with other people. Let me give you a little example. What if we sang praises? God, you're the greatest at showing love. What if I asked you to run outside right now and go on your front porch and scream at the top of your lungs, God, you're the greatest at showing love? Could you do it? Would you do it? Why don't, when we get off this video this morning, you run outside on your front porch or in your backyard and shout that you love the Lord? What a great thing to put out into the universe. Well, guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to end us in prayer, and I will see you next week. Dear God, we thank you that you are the greatest. Help us to remember that even when we do great things, we can point to you. You're the one who made us with all our talents and abilities. We praise you for your greatness. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Enjoy the music video coming up right now. Sing some praises to the Lord, and I will see you next week. Have a great week.